You're looking good. Keep on practicing till you become accustomed to practicing. Don't ignore a few minutes. Just determine and practicing. Collect each moment. King Ramanai, he used to listen to the Dhamma talk of the masters to different events, looking at different documents and stuff, and even have only a little time, he start practicing. He collected these minor moments till the master admired the king, that he's very good at practicing. Even some of the monks cannot compete. So we can do this as an example. Like waiting for my talk, you keep on practicing till you're used to it. At the beginning of Dhamma practice, you might feel that it's difficult, but if carry on practicing without quitting, it will become easier and easier. Masters compare these situations like when you're lost in the woods. If it's in a dense woods, if you're just stuck there, didn't want to get out of the woods, then you'll die there. But if you keep on noticing, reflecting, you'll see the exit. Like people back then, when they lost in the woods and they found a river, they walked along the river. And all the village normally would be located near the river. Likewise, for the rest of us, we keep on observing ourselves while practicing. If the defilements decreases, then also, and you have to be aware of that. You can be aware of the defilements more and more, then you can walk the right path. But if you keep on practicing and there's no defilements, you might move the wrong path. Without defilements, you wouldn't sit here. So you have to observe yourself. At the beginning, it's might difficult at the beginning. It's like you're stuck in a dense wood, thick, dense woods. But if you keep on walking, all the thick woods, it seems like there's no light coming down. But after a while, keep on walking, you could see some of the sunlight if you not stop. Likewise, we were born in this darkness of the dense thick woods. The light of the sun is like the Dhamma of Lord Buddha. It shines upon the path that can guide us through our destination. The Dhamma that the Buddha gave us is like the light of the sun or the moon. If we know the directions and we keep on practicing till we can let go of the defilements. To let go of the defilements, you have to be aware of the defilements. It's not like you just say that you want to let go of the defilements, but you didn't even know what's the feature of the look-alike of the defilements. How could you defeat the defilements if you don't know them? So you have to know your enemies, which is the defilements, which is hidden within our hearts. Keep on observing them, and then you'll start to see that most of the time, each day, the defilements arising is very often, and wholesomeness arise very few. Most of the people in this world just full of people who are deluded, drifting away, lost. But if you keep on practicing and you can see the light of the Dhamma, and you employ that light to look for the defilements within your heart, it's not that difficult though. At the beginning, you might not used to it, so it just seems difficult to you. But if you start to be able to see one defilement, you can start to see other defilements as well. Like when I was trying to search for the path of the practice, I only can do samatha practice for about 22 years. Only do the samadhi, just try to make the mind still and empty and comfortable. But it doesn't have any progress at all. Sometimes it comes, then the next day it's restless. It is not something that you can rely on truly. Till I found Master Luangpu Pramote. He taught me to observe my mind. It's like I acquired the light for the path and the directions to my destination by learning through my heart, the mind. The defilements is within the heart, not the body or the world outside. If you want to be aware of the defilements, you have to keep searching within your heart, within yourself. It's actually not difficult. You can observe the defilements that most often arises. I was angry in nature when I was lay person, but I don't fight or have a quarrel with other people. But I'm really easily irritated by a lot of things. And Master Luangpu Pramote taught me to observe my mind so I could see the person within my heart. Sometimes it's irritation, um, uh, sometimes it's boredom. It's full of aversion. I keep on observing that. At first, it needs to be like overpower hatred in order to be able to be seen. But after a while, even the mild annoyance can be observed. Keep on observing. Even just a little boredom can be seen as well. Boredom is one of the aversion. At first, I could see the coarse level of the aversion. Then later on, I could see more refined aversion. After you see the aversion, you see greed as well. So you start off by observing one phenomena first, one defilement first. For example, aversion. If it happens a lot, you know them. After a while, the mindfulness and samadhi will get better. Once the greed arises, you can see this too. So you have to keep on practicing like this. I practice like this too. At first, I could see the cost defilements, like aversion is the most cost defilements of all kinds of defilements. Once you know the cost defilements, once your mindfulness and samadhi got better, you see the medium level of the defilements, which is the lust of greed. A lot of people couldn't see the consequence of the greed, but aversion is easily to be observed because whenever the aversion arises, it causes suffering within your heart every time. This is the rule of Dhamma. When aversion arises within your heart, then there's a suffering upon your mind. When your mind suffers, you don't like it. You're diligent at observing them. Once aversion arises, there's some irritation within your heart. You see the suffering, you see the consequence, bad consequence it occurs. But if the greed or lust arises, it actually arises together with two feelings. The first one is happiness within your mind, and also indifference within your mind, which is neither happiness nor unhappiness. It's very difficult to see the penalties. But once aversion arises, it brings suffering. But when the greed or lust arises, sometimes it's happy, sometimes it's indifference. So when the lust arises, we not might be so unhappy when it happens. There's less suffering compared to the aversion. There's less suffering, and it's difficult to get rid of than aversion. Aversion is it's a defilements that have a lot of bad consequences, but easier to let go because you can see the bad consequences can clearly seen, so you can let go it very easily. But for the last greed, it has less suffering, less bad consequence, but you it's very difficult to let. It's more difficult to let go. Like when I say that you shouldn't blame others, you shouldn't speaking bad things about others, or it's easy to comply. But when I say that you shouldn't just play on the internet all day, on your mobile phone all day long, it's more difficult to do because the last and greed is more difficult to let go than the aversion, even though they have less suffering. But through the stronger mindfulness and samadhi, at first you might see a lot of aversion, but after a while you can see more of the greed and lust. But if you keep on practicing more and more, then you develop quicker mindfulness, your samadhi got better, and you start to see delusion. Delusion is the phenomena of the mind could firmly recognize the phenomena. If you can see the phenomena, sometimes your mind is scattered. The scattering mind is the scatternet is one of the family within the family of the delusions. For example, you're lazy to practice Dhamma and you become drowsy. This is one of the delusions. Keep on practicing every day, and you start to see more of the greed, more of the delusion. Like myself, I was practicing by observing the mind develop aversion and non-aversion. I noticed them, but after a while, sometimes if the mind develop greed, so non-greedy, so as well. But once the mindfulness and samadhi more delicate, more subtle, I can see the mind drifting away, which is the delusion. The mind wander off the thing, for example, through the six sense doors. But through the mind is thinking. When you come to practice Dhamma, then you drift away to overfocus on the object of meditation. You don't know the object of meditations, but you drift away to overfocus on the object of meditation. The behind of this action is actually delusion. You're drifting away. And also matter with the lust or greed. You craving for knowing, being good, or attaining. So attaining something, so the mind being scattered. So you keep on practicing. And after a while, once the mind drifts away, you can be aware of that. At first, it might be a little slower to be aware. It needs to be like overpower hatred to be aware of them. But after a while, even a mild annoyance, could you be aware of it? Later on, you could see overpowered greed. But after a while, even mild lust, you can be aware of that too. For example, you're just sitting and relaxing, happy, and enjoying the moment. That's one of the greed or lust. I think that there's no defilement at all. Like, when, for example, you're sitting under the tree, the breezing, there's a breezes, and the mind is stuck in these enjoyment. This is one of the lust. This is one of the greed, which is more delicate, more subtle. Keep on practicing, and you could see delusion as well. At first, you might drift away for a long period of time, but then you can be aware of them. It took hours for you to be able to see that you're drifting away. But after a while, later on, then once the mind drift away, you know so. Drift away again, know so again. Instantly. So you become become of the expert at this. Nobody become an expert since the beginning of their day, since they were born, except the fact that they have full spiritual faculties. But if you have full spiritual faculties, you're not going to be my disciple because I'm not that great. I actually I'm very have a strong will and a patience to observe myself. I'm not an expert. I'm not the best. I don't have much of the knowledge. Through patience, observation on and on. Aversion arises, no so. Aversion falls away, no so. Greed arises, no so. Greed falls away, no so. Delusion, which is drifting away mind, is arising, no so. Drift falls away, no so. I keep on observing like this without quitting. I keep on observing like this for many years. After having met with Luangpu Pramote, I kept on observing my mind. Even I became ordained as a monk, I also keep on observing the changes of the mind as well, without quitting. At the first year of ordination, I think of one of the masters I have, which is Luangpu Suwat. I used to learn with him. I met him a few times, many times. In the first year of ordinations, during that time, I was thinking of him. He was about to pass away. And I came to visit him and waited in his dwellings. Ajahn and Kumeshi weren't ordained yet. I was waiting for a while, and Luangpu Suwat was in a wheelchair. He was blurred because he took a lot of medicine, so he was blurred. Even just trying to swallow saliva, he couldn't do that himself. The attendant monk needs to suck all the saliva for him, so he well took care of. So his wheelchair was pushed to outside of the dwellings. He was blurred, and I was paying respect to him, and I asked him that the master told me to observe my mind. But after listening to my speech, my talk, my question about observing the mind, he was awakened, no blurring anymore. And I was continuous speaking that I could see the mind let go of the mind. And then he opened his mind. He very awakened, very awake, wide awake. Because I said that I can let go of the mind. He moved. And then I hold on to the mind again. And he said like, Dhamma, like this. I could imagine him in my mind. At the beginning, he was so blurred, but when I start talking about my homework, he become very wide awake. When I said I can let go of my mind, he moved himself. But once I said that I hold on to the mind again, he was and he said that there's nothing, just let go. There's actually nothing else. And I was thinking to myself that he said quite easy for you. It's easy for you, but it's very difficult because I can't let go. I can't truly let go of it. I failed the exam. I have to keep on learning. So I keep on practicing, struggling. I'm not the best. through best teachers and masters, I've been practicing Dhamma every day. For the rest of us, you have to be patient as well, learning Dhamma practice. Some people say that they're the best, but when they see you, you're good at in your way, but it's not standard. It's not the standard for transcending the suffering. You think you're the best because it's the best in your world. That you know it all. If you know it all, then you shouldn't come learn. So you have to be patient. Patience is the ultimate weapon for the rest of us because we don't have the full spiritual faculties that we can listen to one or two sentences of Dhamma practice and then we can liberate it. But we've been listening for 10 years or some people 20 years, then we couldn't liberate it. So you have to be patient, keep on learning. So just listen to my talk more and more, and then you can attain the Dhamma. Dhamma cannot be attained through listening. We listen to Dhamma for knowing the path to the Dhamma practice. Once we know the path, so you have to take action to put it into practice to your fullest potential so that you can see the result for yourself. Just listen to Dhamma, you wouldn't be able to attain anything. If I just kept on listening to Dhamma of the masters and didn't put them into practice, then I wouldn't attain anything. Luangpu Lee used to teach me when I was very little, and I was practicing doing mindfulness breathing since I was young. I never quit. I did it every day. I've been doing it every day. Even nowadays, when I have free time, I don't have anything to do. I just keep on breathing, breathe out though, because the mind needs to have a place to reside. Whether the mind let go of the mind or not, it depends on your quality of the practice. But if the mind can let go, at first it let go of the wrong view first. What's the wrong view? There's a self. You think that there's an us within ourselves. And this us is the same us from yesterday and from last year. And us now is the same us when we was in the childhood or in previous life. There is an us. So you have to keep on practicing, and when you understand the first level of the Dhamma, you can let go of the wrong view that's in us. But if you keep on practicing and you develop more right view, up to one point you can see that the body is the suffering itself. And at first you might see that the body and the mind is not us. You can let go the very important wrong view, which is called you have developed the samadhi, the right view, and then you can see that the body is suffering. Just to what extent, not suffering and happiness. That wasn't the case. A lot of people could see that the body is full of, it's just about happiness and unhappiness. If you could see like this, then the mind will striving for happiness and want to escape from the unhappiness. But if you keep on observing, practicing, you can see that the body is full of suffering, then you can let go of the body. And then the mind and the Dhamma practice will enter to the mind. The body is very coarse, the Vagga is very coarse, but the feelings and mental fabrications, these things arising together with the mind and working together with the mind. If you keep on practicing, you see that feelings like happiness and indifference are not the mind. It's not us. And the perception and are not us, and that doesn't belong to us as well. Or the mental formations, good or bad, are not us, don't belong to us. So it all comes down to the mind. At the beginning, you can see that the mind is not us. We see that five aggregates are not us. At the medium level, you see that the body is the suffering. It's not just not us, but it's just full of suffering. If you can see the suffering, you can let go of it. And at the end of your practice, it all boils down to the mind. You can see that the mind is the suffering itself. It suffers because it's impermanent. It was oppressed. It suffers because it wasn't in our under control. You can see one of these aspects. You would realize that the mind is full of suffering. Just to what extent? For the rest of it, we can see it. We just feel that sometimes the mind is happy, sometimes it's unhappy. That's why we cannot let go. If there are some alternatives and options, then you still feel that you have a chance to choose between these options. But if your wisdom and mindfulness are matured, then you see that the mind is full of suffering. Just to what extent? Like when we can let go of the body, we can see the truth of the body is full of suffering, not just meddle with happiness and unhappiness. The body is full of suffering. Just up to what extent? If the body is full of suffering, then I can let go of the body, can let go of the craving and attachment towards the body. Likewise, if one comes down to the mind, it happens the same. A lot of people can see that sometimes happiness and happiness arrive within the mind. But if your mindfulness, mind, and wisdom are short, then you can see that the mind itself is suffering itself. And more importantly, there's nothing beast against the suffering of the mind. It's the most suffering of them all. If you can see like this, then the mind can let go of the mind. And it wouldn't hold on to the mind any longer. When I practice at the beginning, at the first year of ordinations, the mind can let go of the mind and pick up the mind again, let go again and pick up again. Because it can see truly that the mind is suffering. So I keep on. So it needs further practice so it can understand the truth of the five aggregates, body and mind. You can see the first level of the truth is that the aggregates are not us. There's no us within the aggregate. There's no us in anywhere. And the medium level of truth is that of the forms is full of suffering. It's just up to what extent. And the final truth is that the mind itself is the suffering itself. It's just up to what extent. When you can see that the body and mind are suffering truly, it means that you know the suffering. Once you know when the suffering is known, then the cause of suffering will be let go automatically. You can let go of the cause of the suffering at once, all at once, without doing it again, without having to do it again. When I was a lay person, I paid respect to Luangpu Pramote. I went to this temple with another friend, with my friend, and we paid respect the desire brings suffering. You never know. You only benefits. You only know as the benefits of desire, so that you cannot let go. So if your mind can let go, as long as you can see the suffering of it or the bad consequence of them. Likewise, if you want to let go of desire, you have to know the suffering of or the consequence of the desire. Likewise, if you want to let go of the body, you have to see that the body is full of suffering. Likewise, if you want to if you want to let go of the mind, you have to see the truth that the mind is full of suffering as well. When you see the body is full of suffering, you have to be born again. Because you think that the body of the human beings are not good. But if it's become a divine body, then it's good. Like the body of the Brahma deities, they're not aged, they're not pain. It's aged, and they can live for a long time. If the if you could see like this, then the mind can attach to these subtle realms. You can let go of this particular body, but the mind still develops some craving for creating another subtle realms to become a Brahma deities. Not not everyone can become Brahma deities when can let go of the body. It's the Brahma that is the Brahma deities of the non-returners. Unlike those other Brahma deities, when they might enter the jhana, and once the mind exit of the jhana, the mind will be born again in the Brahma world. You'll be born again. And keep on practicing, they could see that the mind suffers. The mind is suffering. The body is suffering. But you'll be born again because they are divine body as well. But when you practice, if you could see that the mind itself is suffering itself, there is no place for you to be born again. Because no matter where you be born, then there's still mind. Even you were born in like Brahma deities, divine beings, or human beings, Brahma deities, or hell beings, or hungry girls, anything, there's still a mind. Even the look part, you still have the mind as well. Then, if you can, if you could see that the mind is suffering, for example, like we are in a grave pain, we have a chronic disease, and we moved away from this house, but we bring this body to the new house as well. This painful body is still there. This is for comparison for analogy. The mind is like the body is painful body. great suffering again when you see the minds develop suffering. That's a grave suffering. Some of the master used to say that, not to me, because I never met him. He's still there. He's still alive. You see that the body is the suffering. It's like the whole of the mind. So you can let go. Some people could see that the mind is the body or the mind was suppressed like by the whole mountains. So they can let go. If you can see the suffering, then you can let go. We come to practice Dhamma. It's like we are doing some of the eating orders, eating that dumpling, dipping. You can see the suffering. If you can see the suffering, then you don't have to ask for Nibbana because it happens on its own. Because whenever you see the suffering, you can let go of the cause of suffering. The cause of suffering is actually craving. You won't want to be born again because no matter where you'll be born again, then it causes suffering. This is when you know the suffering with the crystal clarity, you can let go of the craving and cause of suffering. Once there's no more cause of suffering, then you can enter Nibbana, which is the phenomenon of no craving. Do not try to imagine Nibbana as another world. Last time I talked about this one, some of people could see that Nibbana is about like another world, and there's a Arahant and the Buddha line up sitting, and they scolding me that I imagined this by myself, but I didn't actually. Tipitaka said so. Nibbana is the phenomena of no craving. There are some characters of the Nibbana, which is calm. It's calm because it's peaceful because there's no craving. Example, you're still craving for sitting meditation, for example, and you become calm. It's calm because of the craving, not because of the Nibbana. Nibbana originated from the calmness or peacefulness without no craving. That we can get rid of the craving because we can see the suffering with crystal clarity. As soon as we can let go of the cause of suffering, then we can let go, and we can attain, and we can see the path and attain the Dhamma, and attain this. Do not just believe in the masters. If you have good master, then it's good. But if you have the crazy masters, then you believe in them and you become shield for them. That's nonsense. We're not disciple of the master, really. We are Theravada in Pali, not Ajaryavada, which is believe in the masters. We are Theravada. We believed in the agreement of the 500 Arahant, the noble ones. There's no way that there will be mistakes. And these lineage, we use the principle of the agreement of the 500 Arahant, and the second time is 700 Arahant. It takes if the Buddhism lasts for like 100 years, it will become some disparities in the context. So it requires another to summarize. Hold on. Observe the 5 precepts. Without the precept, then you cause you a lot of enemies. If you observe the 5 precepts, then you don't be enemy to other people. If your mind is more is relaxed, and happiness is the proximate cause of the samadhi. And you have to be aware of that, the mind that drift away to the object of meditation. And you can gain another kind of samadhi, which is the stable observer. And if you have the stable observer, then you're ready for observing the body and mind. Without stable observer, you couldn't do samadhi. Some of the people set up the course for vipassana practice or insight practice. But actually, it wasn't the case because nobody knows stable observers at all. Like people have different courses, and the master come to learn with me. But they're still organizing these courses because it's one of his occupation. But they don't have the stable observers. Stable observers are the stability of the mind, which is the proximate cause of wisdom. Without stable observers, if you organize these different courses, then there will be no vipassana or insight practice. Because the right samadhi is the most difficult thing to understand. But if you can develop it, then wisdom cultivation is something easy. If you want to have stable observers, you have to meditate on an object, whatever it is that you're competent at knowing. It doesn't matter. It has to be Buddha, or if it's better than Sammarahang or Namadata. That wasn't the case. Not better than like rising and falling abdomen. There's no best object of meditations. It's just whether that object meditation appropriate for you or not. But the important trick for the Dhamma practice is to be aware of your mind. So keep on practicing Dhamma and be aware of your mind. When, for example, observing the rising up or falling of abdomen, if the mind drift away to the abdomen, know so. If the mind drift away to think about the thing, know so as well. When you're moving your hands like the Upatian's pattern, 14 patterns, moving the hands and the mind drift away to the hands, know so. If the mind drift away to other things, know so. And the mind will become stable observers. And you're observing the breath, doing mindful breathings like Mo lineage, and they practice mindfulness breathing. If you become calm, then you can keep on practicing vipassana or insight practice. But if you're knowing the breath, if the mind drift away to the breath, drift away to other places like thinking, the mind will become stable observer. So there's no one single best object meditation. But the important thing is that when you meditate on objects, you have to be aware of your mind. The mind can make 2 mistakes. While meditating, the first one, the mind will forget about the meditation objects, like thinking of other things. Most of the time it happens. The second thing is that the mind drift away to focusing on the object meditations severely. These are 2 things that are mistakes. The first one, that when you forget about your object meditations, when you develop the sensual you satisfy the sensual pleasures. You're deluded in these sensual pleasures, or like all the contacts and or story of the mind that thinking of happiness in this world. These are things within your heart, or you're overcasting, staring, looking at, controlling. The behinds of these actions are actually you craving to be good, to attain something. It started from craving or wanting. So the mind moved away to move away to overcasting or staring at an object meditation. It wouldn't be able to give rise to the wisdom. To develop the wisdom, the mind needs to be stable observer. It needs to be detached from the phenomena without staring or looking at the object meditations. When the mind detached from the object meditation, you can see all kinds of phenomena rising, falling away, coming and go. For example, aversion arises, falling away. Greed arises, falling away. Delusion arises, falling away. The mind is only the ones that being an observer. If you can make this happen, the stable observers or the forest dwellers monk, they call this one the stable observers. This is the mind that I taught you. It's the mind that is not interfered, the original mind. So once we develop this kind of mind, whenever bizarre things arises, we can spot them very easily. But if you don't have that, then don't even mention about the inside practice, because the right samadhi is the proximate cause of the Dhamma, of the wisdom cultivation. That's why I kept on teaching you about the right samadhi. And the right samadhi doesn't come from sitting meditation. The right samadhi comes from developing the right mindfulness. Developing right mindfulness more and more, then the right samadhi will be fulfilled. The right samadhi, once fulfilled, once developed more and more, then the right wisdom will be fulfilled. And once the right wisdom are developed, then the right liberation will happen. So it all starts from the right mindfulness, to recognize the phenomena like wholesomeness. Other normal wholesomeness is not the mindfulness, is not the right mindfulness. It's only normal mindfulness. For example, you might have the merits, you want to make merits, and for example, giving food to the monks and doing different things. That's the worldly mindfulness. The Buddha explained the mindfulness according to both values and the mindfulness. For example, being aware of the body breathing in and out. You can see that the body breathing in and out. One thing is the mind is the knower. The mind is that taking different postures are known by the mind. The body moving and stop, the mind is an observer. So the mind is the one that observes these things. And then the stable observer become dominant. It gain more strength. When it gain more strength, then you can see that the five aggregates are separated. The five aggregates will be spread, separated. Forms one things, feelings and other things. Mental formations, consciousness are another things. They are all separated, and each part are under three characteristics. And the wisdom will rise. At the beginning, you have an initial understanding that there is no us in the five aggregates, and then you tend to develop middle level of the wisdom, which is when you see that the body is suffering. And then once you have the ultimate wisdom, you can see that the consciousness of the mind is actually the suffering itself. So you can let go of the five aggregates. So that should be all for today. It takes 10 decades in order to complete this. I started practicing with Master Luangpu Lee, and I've been doing samadhi for 22 years. Once I observed the mind after Luangpu Loon, it took me 22 years as well to observe my mind. It's not about I'm giving any clue for lotteries like 22, 22, and 44, doing 44, one month and 8. Oh, there's a lot of things. Those who like lottery, please do not on the lottery, because otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble. Ajana, there was one of the person invites, and he asked for the lottery number for Ajana, and Ajana said that go to see the cars and spot. And a lot of people think that Ajana is very good at giving lottery numbers. But Ajana said that go to see the license plate. It's like Ajahn giving lottery, but I didn't give lottery. No, I never did. I never try lottery numbers. Now, when you think of the lottery numbers, why you go refreshing? Those people in Zoom, they feel very refreshing. They seem suspicious. Do not do these lottery numbers. If you are a mathematician, you could see that there less probability of winning the lottery. You tend to lose. Otherwise, other people. So, number one. I do sitting meditation to become self-aware, to see the mind working in every breath, the body working on its own, and sometimes happiness arises very much that I'm afraid of it, and I can be self-aware from a period of time. Then I stuck in the overcasting and become difficult to become self-aware. I have when I hitting the mosquito, I feel different. When the body moves, I know so. When you see you hitting the mosquito, you kill the mosquito and feel indifferent. What you mean by that? It's a mosquito dead and you feel indifferent. That's the wrong view, actually. It was wrong. If you're practicing correctly, the mind will develop the loving kindness automatically. The loving kindness will arise, and you'll feel sorry for them. That I did this, fanning myself because I don't want the fly to come to my mouth and nose. Do not let the mind stuck in the stillness. The mind stuck in stillness too much. Let it work and observing them. But you practice good, you have progress. But if you want to extend your progress, do not let the mind still like this. Keep on practicing. Observing your mind. Sometimes the wisdom precedes you feel as if all kinds of beings are just only mass of substances. When the mosquitoes died from your action, then you feel that these are only elements, mass of substances, just only contact makings of these substances. That's actually the wrong view. Most of the people develop wrong view coming from sitting meditations. The mind becomes still. Do not stuck in the stillness of samadhi. Let it move and be aware. Moves and be aware. Let go. Can you let go? Now your mind compressed and hold on together. Can you stick your tongue out? Can you see that the mind get out from that zone for a little bit? Do not just stuck in there. Otherwise, you won't be able to make progress. So the best sort of mind is the mind that is normal. The normal mind is portray the three characteristics. If the mind is just still, then you feel that everything is permanent. You feel that the mind is something that can be controlled. If you do that, then you'll become you develop wrong view. Do not stuck in the stillness. That's only a problem you have. You let the mind move and see the three characteristics of the mind. Number two. I'm angry nature, have a lot of conceitedness and walking meditation for 2 or 3 hours. And when you see the aggregate separate on its own, wisdom arises automatically, and mindfulness arises automatically all day as well. But once when deteriorate, I don't know how to practice anymore, so I try to control the mind. And later on, I feel that I control less of the mind, but they're still there. I develop the happiness in the Dhamma practice, even though they become deterioration. I could see more of the lust and greed. You see, kindly advise. You keep on practicing, but now you try to guard the mind. You see that? That's not good. You let the mind work and have the mindfulness, see the changes of the body, see the changes of it. You practice good. Angry nature people. You're an angry nature person, so it's very easy for you to practice. Angry nature is something that is very easy to observe. But do not let the mind stuck in stillness like this. You have to let go. If you're stuck like this, then you can contemplate on the body. Let allow the body to think of the body. Allow the mind to think of the body. It's like from head to toe, full of ugly things, so that the mind cannot stuck in that stillness. Number one, you're stuck in stillness again. You're stuck in it. Then you can proceed cultivating wisdom. The most of the things that you can do is just think of the Dhamma. Number two, you can contemplate on the body, so you can let go of it. Number three,
เบอร์สามมีการกระทำ
there are actions interfering, drifting away to overguessing, drifting away. A long period of time, I just be aware of it. Then mind is not neutral. I like good things. I like good phenomena. I dislike bad phenomena. I'm struggling with doing calmness samadhi than ever before. Then sometimes I will exit from the samadhi as I was sucked out, as if I was sucked out. So I try to be somewhere more. When I walk meditations, I have to chant it low, because if I just do only walk meditations, I become overcast. In daily life, I use the body to work. But if I just observe the body working, then I'll become overcast. So I use the mantra, chanting mantra as well. You're very smart. You know how to help yourself. You know that this is not appropriate for you. This is make you overcasting. It's good. Use your observation, your reflection, to give rise to mindfulness, samadhi, and wisdom, and to see the three characteristics. Not just thinking on your own, just keep on observe them. Your practice is good. The mind develop raptures, no so. Whatever the mind is like, no so. The mind drift away, no so as well. It's drift away just in a split second, no so as well. Now the mind still. See that? You see that the mind changes, is constantly changing. Number three. You see that? While practicing, you see the changes, but do not send the mind out to observe those changes. But you're still sending the mind out. No, so when it happens, then the mind will be good again. Know the behavior of the mind. If the mind still knows so, that is still. Do not have a lot of intention to practice, otherwise you become overcasting. Move. Move. See the body moving and working. Number four. Today, you all come together. Overcasting. Number four, I have the problems of swallowing. I have a problem of swallowing food. So I have to develop the mindfulness during eating meals and having mindfulness in daily life more. So I have phenomena arises within my heart, like sadness happen as well. While walking meditation, the mind is as light, as bright, and very bright, and as it's gonna explode. And I can see the body and mind working automatically, see the conceitedness, self-centered, and I'm introduced in the world as well. Keep on practicing good. Your practice is good. Number five. Hold on a sec. Number four. You hold on to the mind. See that. If you hold on to the mind like that, it's not good. Not interfere with the mind. Just observe the process of working of the mind. Do not interfere with it. Number five. I like to listen to the Dhamma and walk in meditation, observe my mind. I used to stuck in the stillness and drowsiness as well. So I keep on observing till it become less and less. And I can see the questioning, overguessing again. So I try to fix it till I realize that's the greed to be good. I can be aware of them instantly. It needs to become tight in my shoulder so I can see it. So I like to uphold the 8 precepts and use a trick when that I won't practice. When there's a voice in my head that you don't have to do anything. I can see the overguessing on my own. Your practice is correct. And when it becomes deteriorates and you want to get it better, then also knows a craving to be better. It will become deteriorated. It happens to everyone. But when it happens, if you're neutral to it, you're not got, you accepted this phenomenon, the state of mind, that it deterioration, then it will become return to its normal state. It will only be deteriorated for a short period of time. Number 6. I can be aware of myself in daily life better. I know, but I don't know what I know. So I could assure myself that if I'm not drift away, I overguessing. I don't know how to let go of this. They ask the self, can you kindly advise? To let go is the duty of the wisdom. It's not our duty. Nobody can let go of mine. And you have to keep learning the truth, then it can let go on its own. It's good. Keep on practicing. Number 4, you hold on, you like put together the mind. Do not let it make it still. Number 1, do not practice till this is the last day of your life. Just more relaxed, just relax. You practice like this, like defilements. There's no afraid of people who have a fiery face. Number 7, you don't have to study. You get while watching the cinema and lights and sounds, and I realized that the lights and sound of different rooms compared with the rising and falling rain. While sitting meditations in my mind, think of this phenomena and it gain understanding the people stuck in this vicious laksana, and but they didn't realize that there's common ground among all kinds of phenomena. Within their hearts, it cried out now that I was fooled. You keep on practicing till it can fool you anymore. Number 8. During meditations, I do breathing and out. I can see the body breathing in and out. The mind converged in the middle of my chest, and the raptures happened. And according to the breath, I can see the minds that develop greed, aversion, delusion more quicker, and there's less and more mindfulness. Sometimes while doing formal meditation, the body disappears, only the mind left, but the mind still can know things, sound, but it didn't know the story of it. I'm not sure whether it's correct. And Paul said it's correct. Carry on practicing. You walk different path. You walk the path of the meditation, of the samadhi. I actually walk this path as well. I didn't cultivate each the momentary samadhi like I taught you. Number 7, you drift away. Number 1, you have to fix this. You're stuck in stillness. You're stuck in overguessing. A waste of time. Nothing else. If you're still like this all the time, then it won't give rise to wisdom. Wisdom is just come through thinking because everything is still. Number 8, please observe one defilement, which is the self-sense of decision-ness. While practicing, you feel that you're so good. Number 6, are you mind sending out? Just try to observe the phenomena. That should be all for today. Today I was attacked by doctors. The doctor injected me with the vaccine, so I'm ready to become sick again.